Very good morning, guys. Very good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible? Okay. Very good morning. Fine. Last class, we guys are just discussing about what automated migrations. Correct? We are talking about the automated migrations in the previous session. So, what are automated migrations? Automated migrations in the sense, we just require to first go for creating this automated migration, and once created, automatically, whenever I make a change and run, the migrations gets applied on the database table. Once I run, the migrations gets applied automatically on the table. That's what we call as automated migrations. The second thing what we just have is manual migrations. What is manual migration? In manual migration or code-based migration, we call it as a manual or code-based migrations. So today, let's talk about manual or code-based migrations. What are manual and code-based migrations? Guys, in manual or code-based migrations, we explicitly run all the required commands. We explicitly run all the required commands. So that is what we call as a manual or a code-based migration. So how do we do manual or code-based migration? Okay, I repeat, how do we do a manual or a code-based migration? So let us see how to perform a manual or a code-based migration. See, if at all you just wanted to perform a manual or a code-based migration, we can just do, we need to run some set of commands again, guys. Okay, I'll show you. Watch. Let's open the studio. Create a new project. Asp.NET web application. Next. Was using MVC with EF NT framework, CF9. Create. MVC application, create. Yeah. Now, let's do one thing. Let's install the NT framework. Install the MT framework. Guys, we can install NT framework here, guys. See, I can, last class I shown you, open the package manager console, and you can just use a get-help, new get will show you all the commands. Just a second, it is Yeah, if at all you want to install a package, what are that I said you? Install package. So install hyphen package entity framework. Yeah, it installed entity framework. Okay, install package entity framework. Yes, it has done. Now, let us just start define some domain classes. Huh? First class, what I'm just trying to define is student class. Student. So in the student class, I'm just planning to define the properties public int student ID get and set public string name public string name and then public int class get set public string section get set. And guys, remember the section is a section, B section, C section, like this. I just have the section. So I want to store in one character in this. I want to store only one character in this. So I'm setting the max length as 1. I'm setting the max length as 1. And also, I'm setting the data type for this. Data type. What is the data type? Column type name is equals to varchar. Okay. Column type name is equals to varchar. I'm just going to perform this. Yeah. Am I clear? So a class with 4 attributes. Section has max length 1 and varchar. Varchar of 1 will be the data type value of it. Second, the next class is our context class. Oh, guys, we defined it inside the models. Not written inside the models. Okay. The next class is the context class. Right click, add a class. Let's add a context class. We'll name the context class as SchoolDB. SchoolDB. SchoolDB context is the class name. Inheriting from DB context. Public SchoolDB context colon base constr. Then public DB set students get and set. Okay, so fine. So this is what exactly we have just defined. Now, remember this one. Let us go to the config. Web.config and write the connection string. Connection strings add name is equals to constr, provider name is equals to system.data.sql client, and connection string is equals to data source is equals. Actually, guys, this is my personal, not my personal computer. This is my professional computer. This is my office computer, guys. So the server name is different. So let me use my server name. That is my server name. User ID, yes, say. Password, yes, say. Database, school DB. Database is school DB. Done. Okay, done. What next? The next thing is controller. MVC5 controller. Student controller. Okay. Now, same story. Using models, create the context class instance. SchoolDB context DC is equals to new SchoolDB context. Now go to the index action method. Create a student S1 is equals to new student. What are the attributes? We don't require to give a value for student ID. So name is equals to something. So it's name is equals to class is equals to 10 plus. Section is equals to A section. Okay, trying to insert some view records. Two, three, yeah, done. So 3 students. What next? DC dot students dot add S1. Yes, 2. Yes, 3. DC dot save changes. Okay, done. I'm just done with this. We have been created up and saving the data. Guys, I did not write anything new till now. I did not write anything new till now. Till now, there is nothing new I have shown you here. This is the same regular code what we are using every day. So let us create a view first. Next, run. Run. When you run, what should happen? It has to create you all the required things. ఓ టిష్యూ అవ్వా మెత్తగా ఉన్న టిష్యూ ఇవి essay password I think I entered wrong password user ID essay password is 7. Hold on a second, guys. Let's see. Is the issue here then? Oh, maybe you're right. I'm entering wrong, I think. Let me verify. Maybe my password is in lowercase. Yeah, I entered in uppercase. Thanks, yeah. Yeah, you're right. My password is lowercase. Okay. Databases. What's the database name? SchoolDB, right? SchoolDB. Yeah, this is the SchoolDB database. Go to tables, edit. You can see the 3 records are created. The 3 records are created. Done. So I shown nothing new, guys. Till now, whatever we saw is the same old story what we are doing every day. There is nothing special to talk about this. Okay. Now I wanted to show you the code-based migrations. We are going to work with the code-based migrations. To work with this PMCC. Okay, to work with this one. Uh, to work with automated migrations, yesterday we run a command. Same way, to work with code-based migrations also, first we need to run a command. To work with a code-based migration also, first we require to run the command. Open the package manager console. Concentrate, guys. These are the commands what we require to execute. And the package manager console, you're required to say enable hyphen migrations. Yesterday also we used this command, enable migrations, and there we just used automated migrations enabled to. Automated migrations enabled is equals to true. You remember, we just used that, but today it is only enable migrations. That's all, just enable migrations. Yeah, it has created you. When you do this, guys, when you do this, you notice a migrations folder is added, a migration folder is added, and also a configuration file is added. This configuration file is exactly the same configuration file what I explained yesterday. And this configuration file, if you watch, automated migrations enabled is equals to false. Yesterday it is true and today it is false. Yesterday, automated migrations enabled is equals to true, but today it is false. The second thing is, whenever you create a migration, it will create you a migration file. You can see it will create your migration file under the migration folder. What is it? This is the timestamp underscore initial created. Timestamp underscore initial created. So this is basically called as a migration file. So this migration file, guys, actually we call it as the initial create. Initial create means first time. First time it should create the table. You'll find two methods in it. One is the up method. One is the down method. The up method contains code for creating a table, and the down method contains the code for dropping the table. So when I use this, when I run this, basically up method executes and the table gets created, students table with all these things. Are you clear? Students table with all these things are just going to be created. Yeah, it'll add you everything. If at all you want to make any modifications, you can change here. No problem. You can make changes here. Well, so right now, this command, this file is created based on the existing migration. Means already the migration is created for you. Already migration is created in the sense the first time you ran the project. At that point of time, the database creation, table creation, everything is performed. Based on that, this is created. I cannot run this anymore because already the table is created. I can drop the table, but I cannot create the table. So this is created based on the existing. You see, all of you observe this. Checking if the contest targets an existing database. Read that carefully. I'll copy and paste it on the notepad here. When I executed the code, when I executed the command, what came now? Checking if the context targets an existing database. Is checking now. Is it targeting an existing database? Yes. Database created with a database initializer. It detected. Okay, what is it going? Scaffolding migration, so and so, corresponding to existing database. It's creating a migration file based on the existing database. To use an automatic migration instead, delete the migrations folder and rerun enable migration, specify -automated migration parameter. So this is nothing yet. This is what we learned in the last class. If at all you wanted to use automated migration, use this, it is telling. But right now what we are planning is manual. The point I'm trying to tell is right now the initial create is created based on existing database. The initial create is created based on the existing database. Based on the existing database, this initial create has been created or generated for us. Okay. So now what next now? Yeah, based on the existing, this initial create was just created. Everything is fine. What next is? What next is From now, you can start making your changes to the code. From now, you can start making changes to your code. Okay, whenever you create a change, a new migration file will be created. A new migration file will be created containing the up and down commands again. Methods again. Up method will be having the code for altering the table, and down method will also have the code for altering the tables. So I'll show you practically. So let's see how to create a migration. Okay, we'll do it. But meanwhile, perform the changes that are required here. What changes? Last class I said you go to school DB context. Okay, in the school DB context, use the initializer now. What? Database dot set initializer. Call this method set initializer. And for the set initializer, you just are required to pass now. What you require to pass? You require to pass this one now. New. The fourth one, migrate database to latest version. And remember, migrate database to latest version will ask for two parameters. One is the context, and the second one is going to be the configuration class. The second one is the configuration class here. What I should use? The configuration. Getting an error because the configuration class is present in a different namespace, which is not imported. Using MVC with EF6 dot migrations. Under the migrations we have. Have we done this also in the last class? We done this also in the last class. This also has been performed in the last class. There is nothing new. Okay. So till now, what I have done is the same like yesterday. But yesterday we just enabled the migration telling automatic. But today we said only enable migration because we want code-based migration. Okay. Now onwards, guys, you can make changes to your code now. Sorry, changes to your model classes. And whenever you guys try to make any changes to the model class, all those changes, if you want them to apply, on the database, if you want those changes to be applied on the database, what you guys have to do now is, you guys have to go for creating a new migration every time. You guys have to create a new migration every time. Every time a new migration should be created over. So how do we do this? How are we going to do this? Okay, watch now. Come on, let's come to the student now. I'll add a new column. Public float fees. Now this is a new column what I'm planning to add. Now I want this column to be added to the table. And I want this column to be added to the table. If I run now, it won't happen because we did not have automated migration. We are using code-based migration. So what should I do? Open the package manager console. Guys, observe it. Open the package manager console and run the code. What? Add hyphen migration. You're going to add a new migration. Give a name for it. Any name of your choice. For example, I'm giving the name as School DB V1, like version 1 or update 1, whatever you want to give here. No issue. Okay, give a name and hit the enter key. Guys, observe the code carefully. Add a hyphen migration, School DB hyphen version 1. That is the name of your choice. Any name you can use. Just hit the enter key. When you hit the enter key and see what is going to happen. Open this one and you see in the migrations folder another migration file has been created. And if you open the file, you have up and down commands, and observe it all of you. The up contains the code for adding the column and the down contains the code for dropping the column. The up is containing the code for adding the column and the down is containing the code for dropping the column. Like this, it is just going to, for every new migration you create. See, first time the migration is created. The migration is for what? The migration what is created first time is basically to create the table. So that's why first migration contains a create table statement in it. But now the current migration, what we are planning, what we are creating is not for creating a table. It is for altering the table. We want to alter the table. Basically, the point is we just wanted to add a new column there. What we want to do is add a new column there. Our requirement is to add a new column. Because your requirement is basically to add a new column. So here, actually, what is going to happen is, it is it is just going to it is going to generate you this command. It is going to generate the appropriate command. This command, it is going to generate you this migration file. But guys, remember, this migration is not applied on the table, on the database. I'm sorry. This migration is not applied on the database. Migration, yes, it is not applied on the database. Then when is it applied, sir? When is it applied? If you want, that's what we are calling code-based. Because we are calling code-based, you need to run a command explicitly to just run this migration on the database. You need to run a command explicitly to run this migration on the database. If you want the migration to be applied on the database, you need to run a command. So meanwhile, I'll show you. Come to SQL Server. Go to your database, CoolDB. Once go to your table, right click on your table student and just use refresh option, and all of you observe the columns. The columns, nothing is still added. I mean, the migration is not still applied. Have you noticed it? The migration is not still applied. It did not apply the migration to you now. I hope I am clear. Okay, what next? What next? The next step is you're required to apply the migration on the database. The next step is you're required to apply the migration on the database. On the database, this migration should be applied now. On the database, this migration should be applied. How to apply this migration on database? Okay. How to apply this migration on the database? How this migration should be applied on your database now. So guys, if you want this migration to be applied on the database, again, it is the same story. You're required to run a command. Again, it is going to be the same story. You're required to run a command. You need to run a command for this migration to be applied on the database server. You need a new command to be executed for this migration to be applied on the database server. For the migration to be applied on the database server, you just required to run a separate command for this. You're required to run a separate command for this one. So what is the command I should run? Okay, watch. Open the package manager console. Open the package manager console. And in the package manager console, you just required to use the command update-database. With this command or with this particular statement, the database or the migration will be applied for you on the database. With this particular statement, the migration will be applied for you on the database. So it applies this migration on the database with this particular command actually. Understood? Are you guys there? No one is responding. So let us apply this command, these things on the database. Let us apply these things on the database now. How to apply? Watch out. What is the command I said? Update-database. Guys, this is the command. But if I say minus verbose, not required. If I say minus verbose, what commands are applied on the database, it will show you here. If I use minus verbose, if I don't use minus verbose also, it will work here. Just if I say update database and hit enter, it will simply execute this. See, it is telling you use this flag if at all you want to see the update. If you want to see the update. Now see, this migration has been created now. That new migration file has been created with a timestamp underscore school DB, and this migration has been applied on the database now. Because it is applied on the database, if you come guys here, if you come here and try to refresh on this table, go to columns, you can see the fees column added, all of you. Noticed it? The fees column is added. Okay, now the fees column has been added. Like this here, whenever you try to make changes, you can create one migration file. And not only this one here, notice this also. Notice the migration history table. Just notice this migration history table, all of you. If you go for a new query window, no need. We don't require to run the application for updates. We don't require. Just these commands will do that, sir. The migration history table is showing you that 2 migrations are applied. See. Okay. Yeah. Vaish, your question makes sense. All of you. Did you just notice the question? The question is, sir, don't we need to run the application for updates? No, we don't require to. We don't require to run the application for the updates, guys. Not required. We just only do everything with the help of the commands there. That's it. Okay. Now again come to student here. Again come to student. Let me add 2 more new columns here. Public, float, marks. Public float marks. When I say public float marks, again, what will happen? We are just trying to create another migration now. We can create one more migration now. We can create one more migration now. Okay. So how you can create a migration? We'll do one thing here. One more column I'll add. 2 columns I'll add now at a time. Public string address get set. For these 2 columns, at a time, I want to create one migration. I want to create one migration for this. I want to create one migration for both these 2 now. Okay. So let's create a migration for both of these things. So for both of things, we'll create a migration. Okay, na? Come on, let's do. Same story. Come here. Create a migration. How? Add migration. Now I'm giving the name as a V2, version 2. Just simply whatever name you like, version 2. Hit enter. Another migration file gets created for you. Yeah, guys, another migration file got created. If you open, you see now in this 2 statements, add column, drop column. This is for creating, this is for dropping. When will it drop, sir? I'll show you that also. Hold on. I will show you that also. Hold on. Now, guys, till now you created 3 migration. Till now there are 3 migrations created. Till now totally there are 3 migrations created. But how many migrations are applied? Come on, answer my question. Till now I created 3 migrations. How many migrations are applied? Correct. You applied 2 migrations. So if at all you want to know what migrations are applied, you can say get-migrations. When I say get-migrations, it will get you the migrations that are applied to the target database. Got it? See, all of you observe. It is showing you what migrations are applied to the target database. All of you noticed? Okay, now what migrations are applied on the database, it will show you. Yeah, 2 are applied. Now I want to apply my 3rd migration also. How to apply? I said you update database. And I said, you see, if I use this statement -verbose, It will also show you the SQL statements that got executed. Run and see. It will now show you the SQL statements that got executed. See here, all of you watch it. All of you just notice it. It has used a alter table statement and add a marks column, not null. It added you the address column and varchar of max. It also inserted data into the migrations table. It also inserted into the migration history table. Notice that the migration history table also is inserted with record. You can go now into the SQL and you see one more record is added here. And you guys come back here and you say refresh. And when you say refresh on the student, you must see the two new columns here. Marks and address. Is it clearer, all of you? I can roll back. I can roll back this one. What is that roll back? You'll have a doubt here. So up commands are clear, but when will down commands execute? When these down commands are going to execute? So right now up commands got executed, but when the down commands are going to be executed? So basically it's a rollback, guys. I added two new columns now. I don't want, actually, you see there are 3 migration files here. So in this we have 4 columns. In the second migration we have 5 columns. In this we have 7 columns. I want to bring it back to V1. I want to bring it back to V1. Means I want to drop the 2 columns. Did you understand what I said? I want to bring it back to V1 so that the 2 columns added in the V2 will be deleted. Did you understand? Answer here. Basically, my intention is to roll back. My intention is to roll back. I want to bring it back to the V1 state again. I want to bring it back to the V1 state again. Okay, V1 state, this version. Okay, if at all you want to bring it to V1 state, again use the same update command, but now use a hyphen and specify the attribute. What is it? Target migration colon, which version you want to roll back? School DB hyphen V1. I want to roll back to this version. I want to roll back to this particular version. Target migration colon school DB hyphen V1 is where I just wanted to roll back. Hit the enter key and you can see you can just see there it has rolled back. It has rolled back, and in this process, I forgot to use minus verbose. If I use minus verbose, it would have showed you the drop statements also. And you see the migration history. The migration history has deleted the record here. Not only that one, you come here and refresh the students table. The 2 new columns also will be removed off. Is a rollback. I hope you guys are clear with. This. And one thing I just wanted to tell you, what it is, when you guys, no, they won't delete it. They won't delete all those things you require to do. All those things, that's what I'm going to tell. And when you guys do this, this migration history, this migration file won't be deleted. Look at this. This migration file won't be created. And although the model properties won't be deleted. Maybe again you want to run the migration file. For some reason you roll back, but again you want to run. That's why these are not deleted. Sir, if I want them to be deleted, you only should delete it. You should delete these properties. You should delete this file. All these things you only should delete manually. Got the point? Okay, so don't expect it to do. It is these commands are responsible to perform these actions only on the database, not on the application side. Application side, any change you want, you must apply all those changes manually now. So this is all about the code-based migrations, what we just have. Where is the notes? I have it. Core Asp. I don't know. Should have logs, and this is it. Hold on a second, please. Yeah, I have it in Google Classroom, but I have on my system. Where is it missing? I'm checking up. Downloads. Should be in downloads. Yes. I have it on my system. Yeah? Just verifying where is it. Caching. Yes. This is the code-based migration example what I showed. These are the commands I used: enable migrations, add migration, update database. No, Sai Kiran, we don't have anything. You should be careful, you should be cautious. You cannot push off everything to the server without a proper checking. Okay. Okay. So this is the example, guys, what I shown you. First, enable migration. It will create you initial create. Then we have add migration. I created version 1. Like this, you can create version 2, version 3, version 4. You can create any number. But I just created you just 2 things too. And yeah, this is the version 2. Get migrations will get you all the migrations. Verbose, you can use the verbose, and also is a rollback migration. See, this statement will execute the down methods in the migration file and drops the 2 columns from the database table, which are added. This action will not delete the migration file under migration folder. So we don't. So if we don't want it, we need to. Cover it. A migration folder. So if we don't want it, we need to explicitly delete the file on our own. We need to do this on our own. It won't do. Okay, it's all about the code first approach, guys. It's all about the code first. What we have next. The next thing what we are going to learn right now is the last one, that is model first. If you recollect yourself, I was just explaining about the model first. In the model first approach, what is going to happen is we don't create a database first, or we don't create a database first here, or we are even not going to create the model classes also. Everything will be done for you by entity framework. Everything will be done for you by the entity framework. Entity framework only will create you the database. Entity framework only will create you the domain classes also. Same process. Same process. See, when you are having a remote computer, you basically will be having the VPN. When you have the VPN, the code executes on the server system. The process won't change for a local or a remote. Anywhere the process is same. Okay, fine. So let us talk about the third approach, that is the model first approach. In model first, in code first, we design the database first. In database first, in DB first, we design the database first. Then based on the domain classes are generated. In code first, we write the domain classes first based on the database is generated. And the third one is model first. In this, we are provided with a designer using which we are just going to design everything. And entity framework is going to generate you the context as well as database also. Everything will be done by entity framework. Context classes, tables, all these are created by entity framework. And here, this is not a successful approach. They don't suggest using. EF6 includes a very limited support for this. And EF core does not provide the support for it also. Just that way. One example, one and only one example. Not going to discuss more on this. We are only going to talk on one example, how to use this one, because we don't use this at all in the industry. This is completely not acceptable approach, and we don't use it. So how to work with this? Okay, observe it. Again, creating a new project. I'm going to name it as MVC with EF MF, model first. One project only, so not I'm giving a 1 or 2 or something, because I'll create only one project. Entity framework, MF, model first. Click on the create, MVC, create. Okay. What to do now is, guys, look here. We don't require to install entity framework manually here. We don't require to install the entity framework manually here. Watch this process. You remember this one, add new item. In the add new item, we select the ADO.NET entity model. STF. And all of you carefully observe. Carefully observe this. We use this option, EF designer from database. You can use empty EF designer model if at all you want to use code first. So without manually installing entity framework, you can use this option, empty EF designer model. Okay, and here we have empty code first model. This is what we should select now, empty code first model. And actually, guys, I'm also not sure basically how to really work with this. I never used it. This is called as a code first from database. Database connections and all the things will come, but code first approach this is. In manual writing, we don't really apply this in the industry. I never tried it. I never used it. I don't have the samples also to work with it. So this is code first from database. I never used it or did not find anything also. basically it's not going to be such a successful option. So this is DB first, this is code first, this is model first. Sorry. This is code first and this is model first. I'm sorry, I said you wrong. This is DB first, this is code first, this is model first. What is this code first? Code first means it will install NT framework for you automatically. It will install NT. We manually installing now. Without manually installing, if you use this, it will install the NT framework for you automatically. Later on, you only require to define all the classes but it will do the basic thing for you. Now let's choose this option, EF designer model, NT framework designer model. Click on the finish button. Yeah, guys, add it. Okay. After doing this, it will add you a blank EDMX file. Earlier, we select the tables and the tables will come here, but we want to completely use a different approach here. What is it? We want the designer first to be used. Code first. Code first and DB first. I said you, this is not used at all. Okay. Now what you require to do? You just require to go for creating the required tables and all. You need to design them. No coding, guys. It's a designer. How? Open the toolbox. No need. Right click on this file here. You'll find add new entity. You can add an entity name. Click on this. Give a name to the entity. I'm giving the entity name as department. Department is the entity. Asking you, do you have any base type? No, I don't have. What are the entity set you want? Entity set property name is departments. You want to create a key property? Yes, I want to create. What is the name? ID. Property type? Integer. Are you clear with this window? Just click on the OK button. And once you click on the OK button, you watch this here. The department has been added on the on this here. The department has been added here with the property ID, which is the key column. The property ID, which is the key column. What next? Now right click on this and say add new scalar property. Add new scalar property. You can add a scalar property, navigation property, complex property. Whatever you want, you can just add. Add new scalar property. Watch a scalar property. Give a name for it. I'm giving the name as department name, D name. One more scalar property. We'll name it as location. Yeah, add it. After adding these properties, what you'll do, select the property and go to properties, and in the property window, guys, set up all the properties for it. What can I set? You can just set different things like, see, coming from the bottom, you want it as a Unicode or not. You want this to be a Unicode or not. Okay. So Unicode false means it will take varchar. Otherwise it will take nvarchar. What is the data type you want to use? String only, leave it. String only, leave it. You want it to be nullable or not? No, I don't want it to be nullable. I want a not null. So nullable false means not null. If I say nullable true means not null. Nullable false means, I'm sorry. Nullable true means nullable, null. Nullable false means not null. Now it is not null only. It is false, guys. So it is not null. Okay. You can set up the max length here. How much you want? 50. How much you want is 50. If you want any default value, you can provide the default value here. Understood? And repeat the same process for location also. Location, go to properties, same story. Unicode. Unicode is false. Type is string only. Nullable, true. Yes, I want to accept null values here. So I'm setting the nullable as true. Max length I'm giving as 50. Are you clearer? So it has just gone for adding up all the required things to you. Okay. So next, so I'm done with this. Next, right click on this, add a new entity. What I'm adding is employee. Employee is the entity I'm adding now. No base type. Entity set is employees and ID is the key column created. Employee created. Now add the columns for employee. Add the columns for employee. Add new scalar property. I'll name it as employee name. Add new scalar property. I'll name it as job. Job. Add new scalar property. Salary. Add new scalar property. Status. Add. Now go to each column properties and set up all the things now. Come on, let us do. Again, Unicode false. Type is string only. Nullable false. Yeah, it should not be nullable. Max length 50. Okay. What next? Job. Coming to job. Job also. Unicode false. Type is string. Type is string. I want this nullable. I want this to be nullable. Nullable true. Max length 50. Sorry, slash wrong character. Max length. Now come on to salary. Coming to the type, change the type here. What should be the type? Coming to the type here, change to decimal. Decimal type. See, we have all the types available here. Change to decimal type. When you change to decimal type, Unicode, all these things will now, the properties will be changing. You'll be having different things here. It will ask you the precision and scale. It will ask you for the precision and scale. The precision is 9 and the scale is 2. Means total 9 digits, 2 after the decimal. Total 9 digits, 2 after the decimal. Okay. You want it to be nullable? Yeah, I want to allow null values. Nullable too. Finally, status. Change the type. Or the type is going to be a Boolean. Okay. Default value. I want to give a default value, guys. Default value should be true. It's a Boolean now. So I want to give a default value. What should be the default value? True is the default value. True. Should it be nullable? No, it should not be nullable. Nullable false. Nullable value is false. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute.
మామూలుగా నొక్కితే అయిపోతాయి అని ఇక్కడ చిన్న టీ షర్ట్లు ఉన్నాయి. మీరు నొక్కరు కాదు ఇచ్చేయాల లోపల పెట్టేసి ఎప్పుడు చేసుకుంటే అప్పుడు వెళ్ళిపోతున్నాను. అందుకే నేను అదైతే సులువుగా అయిపోద్ది. నాకు ఒకసారి చెయ్యాలంటే కష్టం. అర్థ పెట్టేసుకొని ఎప్పుడు కానీ అలా వేసేస్తుంది మా అమ్మ చెప్పలాగా. చాలా మంది అలాగే చేసుకుంటారు. వాళ్ళు పెట్టి లోపల పెట్టేసుకుంటారు. ఎప్పుడు వాడుకుంటే అప్పుడు చేసుకుంటారు. చూస్తుందా ఒక నిమిషం. రగ్గు తీయేస్తుంది ఎట్లేస్తా రగ్గు మధ్య రగ్గు ఉంటాను అన్నమాట. మళ్ళీ
అప్పుడే చెత్త చెదారం దాంట్లో తోసేయడం మొదలుపెట్టావు. అందుకే మీకు కొనకూడదని చెప్పింది. తీసుకొచ్చి దాంట్లో కూర్చుని ఆడుతూ తోసేస్తా ఉంది.
ఆవిడ నెంబర్ ఉంది డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇలా సోఫాలు ఎవరైతే పంపించిందో ఆవిడ నెంబర్ ఉంది.
ఆవిడతో పని మనకి
సోఫాలు రిపేర్ పంపించారా?
నాకు అర్థమైంది, అయిపోయిందా పని, ఇంకా వస్తావా అని అడుగు అంటున్నాను. ఎలాంటి కాకపోతే అప్పుడు ఆడికి కాల్ చేద్దాం. నాతోనా Okay, sorry guys. Yeah, done. I just been created all the things. Now, I want to establish a relationship between the two tables. I want to establish a relationship between the two tables. What's it? The ID column here should have a department ID column in the child table. I want a department, a parental relationship here. I want to add a relationship. If that is the case, you have an option here. What you know? Right click. And you can say add new association. The relationship is nothing but association. Add new association. When you click on add new association, a window will open for you. And here it will ask you what is the association name. Leave what is present. Don't touch this. Now it will ask you what is the parent and what is the child. The parent is department and the child is employee. What type of relationship do you want? One to many. See, you can choose here. 1 to 0 or many, many to many, many to many you want, 1 to many you want. I explained all these things to you. 1, many. And do you want a navigation property? Yes, I want. What should be the name? In department table, the navigation property should be employees. In an employee table, the navigation property should be department. NT framework will do everything here. It will show you all information. And also it will tell you, shall I add a foreign key property to the employee? Shall I add it? Yeah, we need a foreign key to be added now. So click on the add button. Guys, did you understand the screen? I did not do anything at all. Just only selected this option. Except that I did not do anything at all. Are you clear with the screen? Any doubts? You can observe. అప్పో 12 to 12:30 మధ్యలో వస్తారు. ఏం చేయాలని నన్ను అడిగితే నేనేం చెప్తాను? ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఎవరన్నా వస్తే ఏం చేస్తావు? అలాగే ఏదో ప్లాన్ చేయి అంతే. ఏం చేయాలని పొద్దున్నుంచి నన్ను అడుగుతావు? Relationship, yeah, 1 to many, many to many, that is what a multiplicity is going to be about. The relationship. You want a 1 to many relationship, many to many relationship, 1 to 0 or many relationship, that is what. See now, 1 to 0 or 1, 1 to 1, 1 to many, that is what. Okay, everything is perfectly set now. Click on the OK button and now see guys, it added you the department ID property here, ID mapped employees department. Everything is ready. Are you guys clear? What next? The next step is guys, watch this carefully. The next step. What the next step? Once build your project. Now right click on this, and here generate database from model. Generate database from model. Click on this statement now. Generate database from model. When you click on generate database from model, a window opens. Now you can create a connection. Click on the new connection button and tell the server name. Okay, I already said you guys, this is my server name. Just a minute. Yeah, this is my server. Come on, enter your server name. Use the authentication model you want. And here, you need to enter the database you want. You need to enter the database you want. Do you want to work with any existing database here, or you want a new database to be created? Come on, answer fast. Do you want to work with any existing database here, or we want a new database to be created? We want a new database to be created. So enter the database name, guys. Enter the database name. Okay, I'm entering the database name as company DB. Make sure this database is not present. Make sure this database is not present, I'm telling you all. Enter the database name and click on the test connection button. When you click on the test connection button, because this database is not existing on the server, see what is going to happen. See, the database does not exist. The database is not existing. It is giving you an error telling you the database does not exist. Okay? Are you clear? Click on the OK button. So database is not existing. Yeah, not existing. Just click on the OK button. When you click on the OK button at this particular point of time, what is going to do, just watch. It is asking you, the database company DB does not exist, or you don't have the permissions to see. Would you like to create it? Are you guys clear? It is asking a confirmation to create here. Click on the yes button. This will create a database for you. Click on the yes button and this will create a database for you. Just use the yes here and click on the next here. Click on the next here. And right now, what will happen now is it will generate you a create script. It will generate you a create script. What create script? It will generate you a script for creating the tables here. All of you watch it. First, what's it doing you? It is creating the tables for you. Create table department ID, DNAME, location. Create table employee, all these things. See there it is adding the primary key columns on both the two tables. Then it is adding the foreign key column on the table, index and all. Actually, here, like see, when you are applying a constraint on a table, in SQL Server classes, you learned this. What is it? You can apply a constraint in two different ways. One is column level, second one is table level. Column level and table level. Column level means at the time of creating a table, beside the column will give. Second thing, table level. First we'll create of the things and afterwards. Basically what is it going to do is first it is going to create of the tables here. First it is going to create of the tables. After creating of the tables, then it will add you the constraints and all. Generally what we do is while creating the tables only we'll add the constraints. But here first the tables are created, afterwards constraints are added. Point clear? Click on the finish button. See guys, all of you, watch it. It is going to save the script file in the models folder. It is going to save the script file in the models folder. It is going to save this in the models folder. Click on the finish button. Okay. Now it will open you the script file. It will open the script file. All of you observe it. This is going to do all the things. It is going to add your NT framework in the project, or lots of things will happen behind the screen. Let it happen. Yeah, this is the script file. Okay. So this is going to be the script file what it generated. And observe all of you. Open the Solution Explorer and go here and see. This is your EDMX. Expand it. Under this, you'll be finding something called as ef.tt expanded. And here are your model classes. Department class generated. Employee class generated. And here is your context class. Context class name is testf container. Something it will give here, whatever it give doesn't matter. And see, it is calling base name of testf container. This is the name of the connection string in the config file. This is the name of the connection string in config file. Open the config and see the connection string is added in the config file with the name test. Where? Testf container. Added. See, everything is ready, guys. What to do now? The next step, what you require to do is you just require to create the tables on the database. The next step is creating the tables on the database. So this is your SQL file now. All of you notice it. This is SQL file now. Right click on this. You'll find an option called execute. You'll find an option called execute. Just a minute. I'm not still executing. Before executing, let me take to SQL and let me show you the database that is created. Right click and just say refresh. And refresh should have created the company DB database to you. See that company DB database. Expand it and see there are no tables created. There are no tables created. I want the tables to be created. Okay, come back to the studio. Right click and use the execute button here. Click on the execute. This is going to connect it to the database and create all the things. We'll ask you for the connection details here. Your server name, whatever is the server name. What authentication you are using. Already your password, remember me, and choose the database. What is the database? Company DB. Connect, and this command got executed, and guys, observe it. It has created the tables here. Refresh, and your tables are ready. Got it? Your tables are ready. Your model classes are ready. Everything is ready. What to do next? You can start creating your controllers and views now. That's all. You can start creating your controllers and views here. Start creating the controllers and views and complete the task. Got the point? Start creating the controllers and views and complete the task. That's it. The controllers, views, everything will be generated for you to complete your particular task. So that is how exactly we are going to deal with this one. See, I can even create the controllers using scaffolding. Oh, I already shown you. Add controller. I want to create a controller for, I can choose this option, MVC5 controller with views using NT framework. What is the model class? The model class is department. Sorry, the model class is department. What is the context class? The context class name is this one. What do you want the controller name? Controller name is department's controller. Controller name is department's controller. Click add. Scaffolding will generate all the views and action methods also to you. Project is not built. Again, same mistake. Every day's problem on. Build. Add controller using the scaffolding. Model class is department. Context class is this one. Click on the add button. Same as that, right click again, add controller. NT framework, choose the model class as employee, context class as this one only, employees control. See guys, everything is ready. I did not write any coding at all. Database ready, tables ready, context class ready, and right now the We are also done with this also. All the things are ready. Run the departments first. No data right now. Empty view should launch with a create button. Yeah. You can notice create new, asking for the department number. Sales department, Hyderabad. Create. Finance department, Chennai. Production department, Delhi. Marketing department, Mumbai. Created. You have a details view showing you the details. You have a edit view for editing. You have a delete view for deleting. It won't delete it. It will show you and ask. Now go to employees, same like that. And observe. You are in the employees now. Create new, should get you the things. Raju, job, manager, salary, 50,000, status, and sales department. Create. Create. Venkat, job, manager, 50,000, and going to the finance department. James, clerk, salary some 10,000, production department. Supervisor, Michael, supervisor, some salary 15,000, and is a marketing. Done. Everything ready, guys. If you go to details, you'll be getting the complete details of the user. Am I clear? Everything is scaffolded. Everything is scaffolded. You noticed it? Each and every part has been scaffolded. The diagram file. Come to your models and double click on this. You have it here now. Double click, it opens. Got it? Clear, Avesh? Okay. Yes, guys, this is all about the entity framework. This is all about the entity framework. I just shown you. This one don't focus. I just run one example. That's all. I just did not focus much on this, but you can see all the things what is created. Everything. I put screenshots and all. Okay. And then, guys, we can just work with ADO.NET also. I hope everyone is familiar with ADO.NET. I hope everyone is familiar with ADO.NET. And this discussion, we won't talk about ADO.NET, but I won't give introduction to ADO.NET here. I don't give any introduction to ADO.NET. Sir, I don't know service. I can't help you. Vaibhav Krishna. Where did you learn C#? If we have to do any field ad, what do you mean by that field ad? Did not understand the question. Shubham, where did you learn C#? Oh, no, guys, you are not responding. Vaibhav did not respond. Shubham did not respond. Rajnish, your question I did not understand. If we have to add any field ad, what is that field ad? You want to add a new column? You want to add a new column? Okay. But ADO.NET will not be taught here. The introduction, I'll show you an example on ADO.NET here. But when you come to MVC, with MVC, ADO.NET is less used. With MVC, ADO.NET is less used. Okay, I'll show you an example. I can't tell more than that. Guys, let us see this. If you want to add a new column, if at all you're just trying to add a new column, let us try adding a new column. Add a new scalar property. I wanted to add a column called a city column. Yeah, city. Go to properties. Unicode false. Nullable true. Max length 50. Right click and you'll find an update model option. I remember. Just a minute. Once you build the project, I never tried here because the code first, this model first is very least used in the application development. I never tried. Okay, let's give it a try. What? So better I too will learn, you too will learn something new. Right click, go for update. Did not happen. What to do again? Again generator. Okay, generate again. Yeah, man. It is recreating the tables if I use this option. Can you see that? It is recreating again the scripts. Otherwise, we'll try like this. Hold on. I don't know whether it works. I don't know whether this works, but just a second. We'll try like this. Refresh. Here, I will write a statement. I don't know. I'm also completely, yeah, company DB. Alter table. It's table, employees table. Add column. City. Varchar of 50. No need add column, I think. Add city, varchar of 50. It got added. It added. I added a column here. The city column. Now let us come here. We'll go for an update model from database. Go to refresh. Go to the tables, employee tables, and click finish. Let us see. Yes, guys, this is the process. Are you clear? From model side or from application side, we cannot do. We can do in the database and get it here. Understood, Rajnish? Got it here. Okay, guys, this is all about NT framework. One thing is like I will teach you how to write the code by using ADO.NET tomorrow. I'll teach you how to write the code by using ADO.NET. So what I am trying to tell you all is, guys, all of you who learned ADO.NET, once go for trying to recollect, refresh all the things again. Once go and try to recollect all the things what you learned, connection class, command class, adapter classes, all these things what I explained and explored for you. Try to recollect them. I won't give any introduction for ADO.NET, guys, frankly. So, but I will show you how to write the code. One example, because with entity framework, with MVC, we don't use ADO.NET. With MVC, what we use is only entity framework only. But tomorrow, by chance, if there is any requirement, you people should be familiar in doing that. Your people should be familiar in doing the appropriate thing. That shall show you one example for you with ADO.NET. Am I clear? Okay, now. So tomorrow, yeah, guys, tomorrow I'll come offline also. All the offline students, tomorrow I'll come offline here. You can come offline. I will come offline. You can come offline. Okay. Online students, online, you continue. Offline, if you want to attend, you can attend offline also. Okay, guys. Have a nice day. We'll meet tomorrow. Yeah, happy Sunday. Same time, Santosh. Why change? No changes in the time. Same time, regular time. Today it is just a holiday. That's why taken it 8 o'clock. Otherwise, it is a regular time. Okay, now tomorrow morning between 7:15, 7:30, we'll start the session. Have a nice day. Bye. Happy Sunday.